Sup everyone, this is Woken Ripper here. Today I'm going to be talking about on the realest reason why women are more likely to cheat more than men. When you have a lot of job offers, a lot of offer letters, credit cards, you're high, your credit score is off the charts. You're looking good, you're feeling yourself. You're surrounded by so many options. And when you're surrounded by so many options, you go deeper and deeper in the rabbit hole the more options you try out because you've been so numbed and trained to believe that the more options you have, the more you could dispose of because the options is always going to keep coming. You're blinded, you're ignorant, you're living off of ignorance. You're living off of what other people say or what people tell you, what people tell you what to do with your life. Like if they were in your shoes. These people that gives you the worst advice, they do not want the best interest of your life. They don't. They don't want the best for you. They want you to fall, fail. Next thing you know, you caught an STD. Next thing you know, you're pregnant. Next thing you know, drama. Next thing you know, you find out that they're married. They have a girlfriend. The girlfriend or wife is crazy. They end up coming after you and killing you. Stuff like this is real. This is what happens in the real world. You pay the price when facing consequences. Once you face the consequences, you are most likely going to pay for the price. Everything is all fun and games now, right? Especially for women that are in this situation, that put themselves in this situation to cheat. Everything is all good right now. But who's to say the same thing could happen to you? The same thing can happen to your kids. The same thing can happen to your mom. I'm trying to be real here and break everything down. That is one of the realest reasons why women are more likely to cheat. The devil's busy. People could say, "Oh, if God was good, why did this guy came in my life?" No, you're challenged every day by your faith. We're all challenged. We're all put to the test. Till death do us part. Now, marriage is a form of prison to a lot of women and men's eyes today. The only reason why it's a form of prison to a lot of men today and a lot of modern men, the way they think is like, well, if all these women are cheating and they're whores and a lot of them are unfaithful, I'm not going to want to take the risk to get married. And some of them may have a change of heart where, well, I haven't met the right girl yet, and I need a woman to convince me otherwise in order to throw everything down and marry her. And she has to be the one. And there's not many the ones or there's not many women that has that type of value to be a housewife, the qualifications of a housewife. Many women do not qualify wifey material. And I'm going to say this from my own experience from all the women that I've spoken to, talked to, encountered. And I'm just going to leave it like that. Because let's be realistic. There's not many good people in this world. There are people who does good things, but that does not mean they're a good person. There's people who are practicing idolatry, immorality, fornication, greed, stealing, lying, boasting. All these things, slandering, all these things are a sin. It's not just fornication. Everything is all good. And I don't want to stray off of topic, but I'm just going to be real here. Most women, when they get gassed up with attention, just because they're a woman or just because they have a cute face, right? Or just the fact that the man wants to just use her and sleep with her, they automatically think that they have those options. But those options are not the best options that they got. Those options are sexual options. They're getting thrown left and right as a sexual disposable, as a sexual trash bin to be disposed and used. And there are women who purposely put themselves out there to be treated that way. But there are some women also who knows that they'll get the attention like that from men, especially if they dress sexually. They're not going to take you seriously. And for some that do, on rare cases, don't be surprised and don't get angry when other men start looking at your woman, the exact same way you got her. The exact same way you got her is how you can end up losing her as well in the process, especially if there's no order. If a woman really valued the guy that she want to be with long term, he should also say something and put an input in it as well while you're dating her. Hey, listen, I don't like women in yoga pants. I like my women elegant, classy, no jewelry, no fake hair, have your head cover your cleavage. I want you to wear dresses past the knees, not over the knees. Stuff like that. Like morals. Like being moral. But today you have women in yoga tights. They're showing their butt. They're bending down. They're over-sexualized. And now that teaches a lot of young women to be over-sexualized and to make them feel good and feel hot by putting on all this makeup, going on OnlyFans, doing all these things for a lot of male attention. But the male attention that they're receiving is negative. That's why a lot of them are so hollow and empty inside. A lot of them are not happy. A lot of them are not satisfied. They haven't quenched their thirst. That's why you see a lot of hoes be hoes. They can't get enough. But a lot of the times, most of the times, as we get older, people don't want to keep doing that forever. They want to settle down. But you can't get angry because of your past. You can't get angry when a good man comes along that you really, really, really want, that you didn't even take the time to search for or reserve yourself for. You can't get angry when he doesn't want you. You got to be realistic. You know how when people tell you you got to get somebody on your level? It's true. It's true. You can't, if you're a baby mom, you can't expect a guy who don't got no kids to take care of you. Because on very, very, very rare occasions where a man would marry a woman that has 4 kids, 3 kids, especially if they're by 2, 3 different baby daddies and the baby daddies are around. That's a huge responsibility. Huge. Like I said, women are more likely to cheat because of all the attention that they're receiving. They're more challenged on their faith and their faithfulness and the temptations more than men are. If you're a good-looking guy, you'll get looks here and there. And rare occasions, if you're in the gym and certain places that you wouldn't normally go to, you're going to get the attention from women. And it's very rare. It's rare for women to even shoot their shot and approach a man and let them know that they liked him, or they find him interested, or they want to take you on a date or something, whatever the case may be. But in most cases, now today, there are more men approaching women online more than in real life. This is what also leads to the confusion of a lot of women egos being boosted up to make them think that they're a 10 or they're a dime when they're truly not. Your looks will fade eventually. All our looks change over the course of time. Once you have that, and at the time that you realize as you've gotten a lot older, and that's all that you worked on to have to offer, then you're useless. You don't mean anything. And you know that for yourself. You didn't take the time to be feminine. You didn't take the time to learn how to cook, to learn how to clean, to learn how to take care of your husband, to be a mother, take care of your children. Just be a woman. Just follow your role. Do your lead. Too many single people running out here on the streets having sex with one another. It's crazy. The world is not getting any better. Don't think that 2023 is going to be different. No, 2023 and beyond is not going to be different. In Bible prophecy, even in the book of Revelations, one of the chapters even said this and broke it down. During the last days, people will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, blasphemers, disrespectful to their parents, adulterers, fornicators. I can name all the sins under the book. And this is coming from the Bible. Because there's no order and praise, this is why there's so many problems happening in this world. Once God got taken out of schools, this is why there's so many mass shootings right now. The world is slowly dependent on weapons. They're dependent on themselves, their own power more than God. And that power only comes from Satan to keep you distracted, to make you think that you're the God, that you're a goddess when you're not. You're made out of dirt. You came from the ground. God created us that way to even give him the glory and the praise. But because of how patient our Father is, we're given all this time to change our ways. And I'm going to say this for myself, for my own understanding, my own life. And then, like I said, I already know everyone's not going to believe in God. But at the end of the day, this is why a lot of women gets the attention that they do get. It's a lot of the men's fault. And at the same time, it's also women's fault for letting themselves be exposed in that situation and letting themselves feel that they're a dime when they're really not. If you have not worked on yourself to become a wife or be wifey material, then you're useless in a lot of men's eyes. Especially if you're over-sexualizing yourself, you cannot get angry when you get in the results that you're getting. Sex does not equal affection in a relationship and long-term commitment. It never works. Most men, that's the reason why they say pump and dump. Leave them. Run. Hit it and quit it. If she's giving it to me on the first day, who else is she giving it to on the first day? How can I trust you if you're already giving it away for free? How can I take you seriously if you're not having any self-respect for yourself? This is why a lot of men don't trust women when they're in relationships, when they're married, that they're taking a gamble. That's why it's important to get to know a person first before you jump ship, before you jump the gun, before you make assumptions that, hey, she's the one. No, you got to analyze and do a lot first to get to know the person deep down to the drop. Deep down to the drop. Can I bring this to my mom? Is she presentable? Can I bring her around my professional colleagues? Is she reserved? Many women of today, all these young-minded women, they're not modest. A modest woman covers herself and reserves herself. She doesn't show what she got to the world. She's not supposed to be shared. There's a trend now, even of men being questioned if they should date an OnlyFans model. No, you don't need to. I understand not every woman has an OnlyFans, but now today the internet is so big and it's gotten so big that you don't even know who to trust. It's like when you're dating a woman now, this is one of the things that you have to ask her. Do you have OnlyFans? Are you into OnlyFans? The reason why I'm asking all these questions is because of the morals, the modesty. I'm looking for a woman who is modest, who respects her body and doesn't share it online, because it's also a form of prostitution. But a lot of women like to cover it up to protect other women, to make it seem like, oh, it's okay, girl. It's not a form of prostitution because you're not physically having sex. It's the exact same way. You're showing your body. You're showing your naked flesh. Now there's no respect when you're dating a model or a thot or a hoe that's known to be thrown around and used. Could you even take her seriously? Because the more that you carry soul ties and sleep with a lot of people, the more you carry their spirits with you. It even changes you. You may get bored. And there's a lot of women that they're not satisfied. So because they're so used to sleeping around hundreds of men, it's hard for them to be faithful. And I knew people that were like this. I knew people in this situation. Marriage is still possible, but it has to be with the right person. And it's all on you as the man to even seek that out. Because the man, even in the Bible, it says the exact same thing. A man who finds a wife finds a good thing. It doesn't say a man who finds a hoe, a man who finds a single mom, a man who finds a whore finds a good thing. A man who finds a wife finds a good thing. Sure, we make mistakes. We're human. Sure, we do mess ups. We're human. No one's perfect. But at the same time, I'm just going to keep it real. This is why women are more likely to cheat, because of the exposure of social media, the gassing, the attention, especially they're at fault too. So is the men. It's not just men. It's also women for putting themselves in that situation, dressing a certain way, being a certain way to gain that attention. So it's like a drug to them. It becomes a drug. It becomes addicting. That's why a lot of men judges these type of women that looks like they could be a hoe or a prostitute. They say that they're for the streets. They get used and played. You can't get angry or mad when you get used and played for presenting yourself like this. Be modest and be presentable. This is for ladies out there. And like I said, this is one of the realest things I'll ever say, and it's just common sense. Women are more likely to cheat because of the attention that they put themselves in and exposure, knowing that they could get men like that, but it's only going to be the wrong type of men. Let's just keep it real. Now today, men are now even more afraid to approach women. But as I see and what I hear from my other coworkers, the online platform and how things are today, the world is only going to get worse. Keep your head up, guys. Do your thing. And this is coming from a married man. Take your time to find out who is actually the right fit for you. Because a lot of these girls out here, you can spot from a mile away if they're going to be faithful or not in your own relationship. Not while you're in a relationship. Not knowing that she's a thot and she's a known hoe and she dressed a certain way and you got her like that. Not because she's a stripper, oh, that's hot, that's sexy, she's going to change for me. No. What you see is what you get. This is Walking Up here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.